Okay guys, welcome to the next part of the video in the beginner boxing course, where we're now going to move on to something a bit more advanced as a beginner. All right, so you know the 1 and the 2, the jab and the cross is something you have to spend a lot of time on to perfect. And before you go on to the other shots, you need to learn your jab and your cross. But if you feel like you're settled in that, you feel like you can move on a bit, and you feel like you want to learn a bit more, we're going to go on to the left hook, if you're orthodox, that is. So if you're orthodox, your front hand's the left hand. We're going to talk about the left hook. It's called a hook. You've seen a fish hook like that, looks like that, right? So as you throw your hook, you see like that shape there? That's what the shape is. It's a hook shape, yeah? So some people, when they're throwing their hook, what it looks like is they punch through like a lopsided jab or like a weird jab. All right, it's not a jab, it's not a swinging shot, it's a hook. All right, so it's a half circle almost, and then you come back. All right, so how I like to imagine the hook is if you have a straight line in front of you, okay, your hands are there, and the hook is the hardest one because a lot of people, the hook is a very powerful shot. And there's a lot of power that goes into it, but it needs to be very subtle. And a lot of people, especially like people that usually fight on the street or whatever, they're used to just opening up and then throwing their hook. Yeah, just like that. Yeah, very dangerous in boxing to open up before you show your shots. All right, so with the hook, you want to keep your hands there in front. It's very difficult at first to get this, grasp this in your head, but over time you will learn this. Your front hand is there, and imagine this symmetrical line in front of you. You just want the punch just to go beyond it and then back. All right, we don't want to go too far ahead, because why? Because we've got all that way to come back, right? Yeah, if you throw it too far ahead, yeah, like a lot of people when they might be fighting on the street, or they might be fighting first time in a ring, they're gonna overdo it. All right, we don't want to overdo our punches. We don't want to be off balance. We want to keep our balance. So imagine a straight line there. Your hands are by your chin. As you throw your hook, it just goes beyond that straight line, and then it comes back in a straight line. As you can see, I didn't open up and then throw the hook, right? So a lot of people do this. Yeah, just to get power in the shot, they want to do that, but that's a very bad habit. All right, elbows tucked in. All right, this hand is always by your chin, especially when you throw your front hook. You got to keep this one by your chin, because when you throw your hook and you drop this hand, you're open here, boom. And when you're throwing your hooks, it means that you're closer to your opponent. Look at the distance on the jab or the right hand. All right, I got a lot of distance, but my hook, this means I have to be a lot closer to my opponent. So the hook is more like over here. That's great because there's more power you can land on your opponent, but it's also a negative because your opponent can land their hook too. All right, so when you're trading hooks, it's very important. It's very easy in boxing to be getting involved, and you throw a hook and then you get a hook back and this hand is not up. So you guys are beginners, so what you guys want to do is learn it from the fundamentals, the basics correctly, so when you do go into sparring or you do go ahead in your boxing, you never make the bad mistake of dropping this hand as you throw your hook. So we're gonna have a look at how it's thrown. So as you throw your hook, I like to have the palm facing me there. All right, elbow is horizontal, straight horizontal there, and it comes back in a straight line. The same way it came out, it goes back. All right, the shoulder is just turning. All right, the hook is a turn. I'm turning into my punch. I'm using my back and my hip, and I'm gonna show you my heel as well. They're all turning. They're turning to my right. Boom. Yeah, so this is what it looks like without my hands. So you can practice this on your own for a start. Just there, just turning in front of the mirror there. Then get one hand there and practice. And then get your hand there and just turn it over there. All right, that's it. That's all it is. And you get your palm. Remember, I said this once already. You get your palm facing you there. Boom, and then back. Boom and back. There's a lot of disagreement between trainers and whatnot of how to throw the hook, whether you do it palm down, which is like this, or palm facing you. But the truth is, when you're starting out, you're gonna get injured doing it like this, palm down. All right, it's too much pressure on the shoulder joint, and it's more of an advanced technique that pro fighters or advanced fighters use. Some amateur boxing organizations want you to throw it palm down. Reason why is because they want you to land on the knuckle. Sometimes when you throw it palm facing you, it can be a tendency to slap with a punch, which is with the palm of your hand, which is no good. Like I said, it's not a slap, it's a hook shape. So you want it hooked. That's how you land it on your knuckle, right? You hook it and you land it on the knuckle, the punch side. You don't want to land it on this part of your glove when you're boxing. That is a slap. We're not slapping in boxing, all right? So one more time. This is what the upper body looks like when I throw my hook. There, and then it comes back up. Elbow up, bring elbow back in. Like I said, your elbows are like little rockets, all right? I'm gonna go down towards the hips and the knees so you can have a look what that looks like when we do that movement. So there, you see the knees and the hips. It's there, it's just turning. You see, it's a turn. If I go down to the feet now, go down all the way to the feet and the knees, you can see there, yeah? So the back is moving, the shoulders are moving, and the knees are moving. The heel ends up being a byproduct of it, okay? I'm not leading with my heel. So some people kick out their heel too much and then they won't have no power, all right? We want to turn in. Like I said, you want to try crease your boxing shoe, your trainer. Just crease it there, boom, turn it in, and that's it, all right? So that's what it looks like. When you throw your hook, you could do repetitions of just the lower body if you wanted. Keep the back foot flat and just do the upper body, the lower body turning, there. All right, so if I scroll back up now, I'll try to get a bit more of it all together, yeah? So here, and back, yeah? The weight kind of comes back almost, the weight. Not too much, you don't want to lean back with it, but it's kind of just a turn and back, all right? You can see my weight is planted in the middle. I'm not falling over the front foot and I'm not falling back. I'm very centered there. It's very, very small and subtle. You know, there's like, the problem is that we try too hard to put power in our shots. You see guys like Bruce Lee, right? He's practicing the 1-inch punch. And what is the 1-inch punch? It's just, he has his hand there, boom. He turns power into that punch just from 1 inch there, all right? We need to learn how to develop power without putting too much open emphasis into it, yeah? It's just there, boom. Yeah, you need to develop power just from a short distance, all right? The only way to do that is repetition and keep practicing in front of the mirror. I hope you found this interesting. I hope you learned something. And this is the beginner boxing course, so don't worry if you don't get it right away. It just takes practice. There's more advanced parts of the hook, but this is just the basics. So I hope you found it interesting if you're a beginner, and see you in the next one. Peace.